Okay, let's just jump right in. What if the world around you, your furniture, your home, what if it wasn't just a bunch of stuff? What if it was actually a living partner in your day? Seriously, what if your house could actually feel and respond to you? I mean, really think about that for a second. What if your favorite chair could tell you're stressed out? Or your dining table could somehow know you're about to have a really important conversation? This is so much more than just a smart home, you know? We're talking about a world that gets you, not just logically, but emotionally and even symbolically. All right, so how in the world do we get from a plain old chair to one that's genuinely, well, alive? The key, it turns out, is this incredible foundational technology called 6D printing. Now, this is a massive leap from the 3D printing you might be familiar with. We're not just printing a static plastic shape anymore. 6D printing creates objects that can actually interpret human context. They can understand what's implied, not just what's said, and then react in ways that feel totally intentional and, honestly, deeply responsive. So, let's break this down. How does it work? Well, it all starts with the first three dimensions, right? That's your basic physical 3D shape. Easy enough. Then, you add the fourth dimension, time. This means the object's behavior can actually change over time. The fifth dimension brings in environmental awareness, so it can adapt to what's going on around it. But, and this is the really cool part, the sixth dimension, that's the game changer. It adds meaning. This is the point where an object stops just reacting and starts to interpret and express symbolic intent. It's wild. Okay, so that's the theory, which is pretty mind-bending. But what does this actually look like? What would it feel like in real life? Let's take this whole concept and bring it right into our own homes to see how it could completely change everything. Just picture this for a second. You've got friends over. The illusion table, that's what we're calling it, it senses this fun, collaborative, energetic vibe in the room, and it actually expands to give everyone a bit more space. But then later on, as the conversation gets more intimate, more serious, it gently compresses, bringing you all just a little bit closer together. See? It's not just a piece of wood anymore. It's an active participant in your social life. Or what about this, the mindful chair? This thing doesn't just have a relax button you push. No, it senses your anxiety through all these subtle cues and then physically softens and opens up to comfort you. And on the flip side, if you really need to buckle down and focus, it might tighten up just a bit, giving you this perfect, supportive, alert posture. It's basically environmental empathy built right into your chair. And this is where we really see that sixth dimension, that meaning part, kick in. The chair's movements aren't just random or purely functional, they're symbolic. So to comfort you, it might create these tiny micro movements that feel like calm, drifting waves. But to help you focus, it could subtly shift in a way that suggests, an energizing upward spiral. The furniture is literally speaking a language of metaphor. Okay, to really pull all these ideas together and make them feel real, let's just walk through a quick story. Think of this as a little glimpse into what one single moment might feel like inside a home that's truly alive, a home that's completely responsive to you. So picture Mara. She's just had a terrible, awful day. The second she steps inside, her home responds. The floor is the first thing to react. It softens under her feet, changing from cold, hard tile into the feeling of warm, welcoming sand. And the change just keeps going. The walls, which were this sharp, city gray color, start to ripple with a gentle amber light. And the movement, it's timed to a slow, calming breath. The whole atmosphere of the room is shifting. Everything is working together just to soothe her. And this is the absolute core of it all. This isn't just some pre-programmed evening lighting setting. The home actually sensed her emotional state and actively reshaped its own fabric to build a sanctuary just for her. It didn't just react, it understood. So as her own environment literally breathes with her, that weight from the day just starts to lift. And for the first time since she woke up that morning, she feels seen. She feels cared for. She feels human again. I mean, that is the profound potential we're talking about with a living space. Okay, so the impact of this kind of tech, it goes way, way beyond just one person's living room. When you start to scale this up, you're talking about a fundamental revolutionary shift in how we design our entire society. I mean, just for people, the benefits are incredible. Imagine a meeting room where the furniture itself acts as an emotional mediator during a tense discussion, or a desk that literally helps you think more clearly. And just think about the absolute revolution in caretaking. You could have surfaces that rise up to meet someone, or beds that adapt to prevent injuries. The line between assistive technology and just everyday life, it basically disappears. And what about for the planet and our culture? Well, we could see the end of our throwaway society with furniture that can self-heal and is completely biodegradable. Our cities could become these fluid living organisms. Picture sidewalks that literally get wider during rush hour. And our art and culture? You could see whole new movements pop up, like illusionism, where your home isn't just a building, it's a living, breathing sculpture that tells a story. So after going through all of that, what's the big takeaway here? What is the ultimate transformation that we're really looking at? It really boils down to this. We would stop living in our environments and start living with them. Our homes, our cities, all the objects around us, they would become these adaptive, emotional, symbolic partners. Basically, they'd be true extensions of our own lives. So, I'm going to leave you with one final question to chew on. If your world was truly alive, if it could tell a story about you, what story would you want it to tell? Really think about that.